I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm going to share with you from this book, The Dynamism of Wealth. I wrote this book in 2010 when I did a seminar for the Assemblies of God men during their national convention in 2010. Barrister Zuka Obi of blessed memory was the men's director, gave me this topic, and I want to thank the Assemblies of God and the then General Superintendent, Dr. Chidi Okorafor, for giving me the privilege to share this message. The dynamism of wealth. If we apply Pareto principle to wealth, you will discover that 80% of the wealth of nations are in the hands of 20% of people. And then 20% of the wealth of the nations are shared by 80%. But in third world nations like Nigeria and most African countries, you will discover that 5% of the population, or maybe less, own 95% of the wealth of that country. And the remaining 95% share the 95% share 5% of the wealth. When you see demonstrations in the US, in the UK, and other European countries during the G20 meetings, you will see people carrying backpacks. We are the 99. We are the 99%. That will not change the mindset of the entrepreneur or the elite or the oligarchy. Wealth is fluid. It is fluid and very, very dynamic and fast flowing. It flows from those who don't know how to create it to those who know how to create it. You have to create wealth. Some countries like Liechtenstein, I don't know how to pronounce that name, they can tell you how many millionaires they want to make in a certain year. It's an intentional process. There is a church near me here. They've been praying since morning. Today is Thursday. It's a working day. They've been praying since morning. You don't create wealth by saying, whoever has taken my money to coven. You don't create wealth. God, every ancestral curses, every person limiting me. No, the Japanese are not Christians. They're not predominantly Christians. The Japanese they were worshiping their emperor until Emperor Hirohito told them that he was not the sun god. Chinese worship in temples, the same thing as India. Their economies are doing well. You see, scripturally, the Bible says silver and gold belongs to God. But we don't transact business in silver and gold in this generation. In fact, at the time of Richard Nixon, they removed currencies, the dollar, from the gold standard. So the value of your currency, the Bretton Woods institutions, Bretton Woods is a town in the United States. The Bretton Woods institutions made it in such a way that productivity is the determinant of the value of your currency. The services you render, the innovations you produce, the products you sell, and the management and stability of your nation. So don't quote scriptures without the understanding of the financial system of this world. When the Bible says it is He that gives us power to make wealth, I will explain that in the next video. So queue up for the next video. So it is the rich, it is the poor that make the rich rich. The poor are the tenants of the rich. The poor are the consumers of the products of the rich. The poor are the ones who save in banks. When they save in banks, the rich come to collect them at a higher interest rate. Let's take Nigeria for example. The poor will save. Dangote will collect it. Tedola will collect it. Others will collect the savings of the poor. Or the poor will buy shares in their company. They will refuse to give share certificates on time after the initial public order. Then they will get very wealthy. Then they will now build cement factories. Then they will increase the price of cement arbitrarily, saying that the price of dollar has gone up, when most of what they use are locally sourced. And then the price of cement will go up from 5,500 to 10,000. All the monies they took as naira loans, they will collect them back and pay back in 3 months or even 1 month. Then you, the poor man who saved your money there or put it in fixed deposit, they will give you 5%, 3% interest for your money there. But the money was loaned to the banker, the businessman, at maybe 18%. So you now see that the rich man, Dangote, doesn't carry money in his pocket. He said that he doesn't have money in his pocket. So they use your money that you save in the bank. That's why you see the bankers are coming to meet you to come and save. They use your money to give it as loans. The loans, they will produce products, then you buy from them, they will make profit and pay back. It is the poor that use, I pass my neighbor generator. The rich use solar energy. So, it is the poor that make the rich rich. Now, having moved from extreme poverty to the position I am today, I understand how dynamic wealth is. I had the privilege of being the guest speaker to the Urhobo Progress Union, my ethnic nationality, which is I think the 6th largest tribe in Nigeria. I sat on the head table with a member of the family that owned the hotel where my father was a security guard. I have left being the son of a security guard to become a guest speaker. And to the guest speaker, to the whole of my nationality. My father would have been smiling in his grave if it was possible for him to stand up and come and shake me. My son, that thing I told you, you have perfected it. When I was going to watch television in another person's house, he told me, he said, I am poor because I'm an illiterate, because I didn't go to school. He said, but the school I didn't go to, go. The book I couldn't read it. The grammar I couldn't speak it. Where I could not take this name to, take it there. But I want you to be a doctor like Dr. Stevenson. So I grew from poverty and reached that level where I could sit on the same platform as the guest speaker did. And when I wanted to speak, I'm not used to dressing in our traditional way. I was going to bury my mother-in-law that day on the 15th of December 2020. On the 15th of December 2015. In fact, I just came from Australia because I reviewed this book in our daylight in Australia. So I gave him my walking stick to hold. As his family member, uncle, was sending my father a message. That was how you understand now. Sure you understand, sure you get out. I don't grieve for any person, I don't even grieve for myself. So it is that dynamism. You see, money has no religion. Dangote became the richest black man at one time because we were buying his products. We were buying his noodles, we were buying his cement, we were buying things from his sugar, buying his salt. So money has no religion. Don't let pastors like me, Dr. Apoki, deceive you. Money has no religion. You don't get rich because of your general overseer. You don't get rich because of the denomination you attend. You get rich based on some principles I will share in the next video. Money has no religion. The richest man in a town is not a title that is transferred by inheritance. So if your father was very rich and you decide to not to use your brain. People who worked for your father will employ you in future. If your father is a landlord and you refuse to know the basic things I will talk about, how wealth is transferred, you might be employed by your former tenant, might be a servant to your former tenant. I am saying this because of the children that my generation who suffered poverty, came into relative wealth, gave birth to. If you don't take time, you will end up being servants to those your father worked for. I'm buying properties of those my father worked for. That is the dynamism of wealth. Wealth is very fluid. If you choose not to use your brain, if you choose to eat your future, if you choose to spend your future, if you choose to drink your future, if you choose to wear your future as clothes and ornaments, you will work for those who worked for your father. It's as serious as that. And I want you to share this with your children. Thank God for those who called me from the US and the UK, that you plug your phones to your television and you sit down with your children. Listen and listen well, that your father is working in an oil company in the US, in the UK, and in Nigeria does not guarantee that you will work in that oil company. Does not guarantee that you will be a wealthy man. In fact, you might end up speaking Queen's English and American English with poverty if you don't know what to do and you don't understand that wealth is a lake, income is a spring. So, my father was extremely poor, but I refused to accept the economic level of my father as a sentence. Rather, I saw it as a challenge to break that yoke of poverty. I also speak to you, those of you who come from elite families, or particularly in River State, you just be calling the names of your father, Epele, Clinton, so canoe Warhouse. We have left canoes, we are now using submarine. That was how my mother used to tell me, my father was a king, my father was this. What are you? Who are you? Where are you? What do you own? It's up to you to change the fortunes of your family. In the next video, I will be sharing the secrets of the dynamism of wealth. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Send a message to me on +234 7052136763 for the following reasons. Number 1, to join my WhatsApp mentorship group. Number 2, I have properties for sale. Number 3, we have a conference coming up on the 1st of April. Just 3 days or so to go for your registration. For those of you in the diaspora, it's 10,000 naira. Those of you who can't come to Geli, it's 10,000 naira. We'll beam it online, and if possible, we'll record and send the recordings to you. God bless you.